The 1938 to 1952 Australian George VI penny is a small but significant piece of Australian history. It circulated during a time of great change and upheaval, from the shadow of World War II to the post-war recovery. This unassuming copper coin provides a tangible link to a bygone era. It tells the story of a king and his nation facing extraordinary challenges. The George VI penny replaced the earlier King George V penny. King George V's death in 1936 led to his son, George VI, ascending the throne. This transition of power is reflected in the coinage of the British Empire, including Australia. The new penny, first minted in 1938, bore the portrait of King George VI. It marked a new chapter in Australian numismatic history. The George VI penny remained in circulation for 14 years. During this time, it witnessed some of the most significant events in Australian history. From the outbreak of World War II to the post-war economic boom, this small coin was ever present in the lives of everyday Australians. Its story is intertwined with the story of the nation itself. The 1938 to 1952 Australian George VI penny entered circulation as the world stood on the brink of war. The shadow of conflict loomed large over the globe. Australia, as a loyal member of the British Commonwealth, joined the fight against fascism. The penny, a symbol of the British monarch, took on a new meaning during wartime. The demands of war led to shortages of materials, including metals used in coinage. The composition of the penny was altered slightly during the war years. This wartime penny serves as a tangible reminder of the sacrifices made on the home front. After the war ended in 1945, Australia entered a period of post-war recovery and growth. The George VI penny remained in circulation, a symbol of stability and continuity during a time of rebuilding. It witnessed the return of prosperity and the beginning of a new era of optimism. The transition from the George V penny to the George VI penny marked significant design changes. The most obvious change was the replacement of King George V's portrait with that of his son, King George VI. The new portrait facing left captured the new monarch. The inscription surrounding the king's portrait also changed. The George V penny read, Georgievs Vif DG Brit Omen Rex FD Ind Imp. The George VI penny shortened this to Georgievs 6 DG Bur Omen Rex FD Ind Imp. This change reflected the evolving relationship between Great Britain and India. The reverse of the coin remained largely unchanged. The iconic image of a leaping kangaroo continued to feature prominently. The denomination, 1 penny and the year encircled the kangaroo design. This continuity emphasized Australia's enduring identity. The obverse of the George VI penny featured the left-facing portrait of King George VI. The inscription proclaimed his titles as King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, and Emperor of India. The reverse showcased the iconic leaping kangaroo, a symbol of Australian identity. The inscription Australia arched above the kangaroo, while 1 penny and the year encircled it. Today, the George VI penny remains a sought-after collectible, offering a window into a pivotal period in Australian history.